god, there's some dumb things that happen for sure. But we have some dumb things to commentate in PM. Okay, we are going to get into TLOC Infinity versus SRL BirdyBirds. This is going to be a nut job of a match because you have double Meta Knight.
Dude, double Meta Knight,
so
man?
Here's what's going to happen.
The Brawl horror stories.
It's going to be, there's two things that you'll have to look out for. It's down tilt and down throw.
I'm so glad that that's what we need to look out for. I don't want to see.
that.
I don't want to deal with sharking and blanking, man. I'm done. I can only do so much.
Oh.
I can only do so much.
If one of them gets down throw, it then turns into like tech chase hell. And that's when things get pretty funny. If you jump, Nair is going to be there. His pizza cutter you out. Oh, so there's something that I don't know if you know about that. When it comes to the dimensional cape, you can do two things. You can either choose to just use the movement of it, and the other thing is you can actually choose to actually hit out of it. So you can do one of two things, and sometimes you can even bait and make them think you're going to do something, but you actually come out on the other side, don't do anything, and go for a grab.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
Definitely a lot of mix-ups there, especially if you condition your opponent to using the shield. You get a relatively free grab afterwards. A little bit of a dash dance right now from BirdyBirds on center stage, trying to figure out what he needs to do to take the stock back from Infinity, who has been looking pretty solid despite not really coming out to too many events.
Okay, now BirdyBirds, there it is, the cape that we've been talking about. You know, the thing that I kind of talked a little bit about it with Shokyo is like, while there's a lot of cool things that come with Meta Knight, you have to really adapt a different mentality when it comes to your recovery game. Because up B does not do necessarily what every other up B or other traditional up Bs do, which is directly send you upwards. Instead, you get this like loop-de-loop-ish, and then you start going forward at the original height that you were previously at. Like, it's just kind of odd and struggle, and that's going to be enough to finish them, though. But the idea that you have to have ways that you have to outthink or come up with more ways to recover onto the stage. For instance, Struggle NATO is problematic.
Man, Infinity reaching so hard with that cape. Unable to really get the connection. Nice nair, though, to go ahead and punish BirdyBird for the recovery.
He did a good job of abusing the fact that he had invulnerability and then naired as he got back onto the stage while still continuing to abuse it. It's a fantastic tactic. If you just want to blow someone up, just ledge guard nair is so good.
Are we seeing Roy Dittos right now?
Yes, essentially. You're seeing Roy Dittos if they just had like this ridiculous dash dance game. The down smash is another thing that you have to keep in mind. Is when it comes to the tech chase game, down smash covers tech in place and tech roll away, or excuse me, tech roll in. And sometimes if they're even in neutral and they roll in, that'll catch them too.
Yeah, and next, I expect a lot of those from Infinity, especially on the edge. He goes for really decisive plays. A lot of like really strong, the combination of reads and just optimal option coverage, I'd say.
Yeah, totally. So here's the down throw hell. That's what I'm talking about. He's going to tech roll again.
Man, his reaction time is fantastic. He's been calling out and reacting so perfectly to all of BirdyBird's options. 41% and
he's going to keep going.
Uncontested damage.
He's teching in place and just getting destroyed for it. And then he's going to get off stage. He tried to go for the cape. He did good DI out, though.
Yeah.
There's the nair that is trying to cut down the space. There's the back throw. Holds the edge. No, doesn't even get a chance to. Drop down nair. It's going to be enough to see if he can reposition him here, and that's going to be enough to finish him there. Got the invulnerability, jumps back up, raises up while doing the nair, and then takes him out as he's doing the side B. That's what you can expect from this matchup, man. The two things that I talked about, though, are pretty prominent, like I said, right?
For me, I look at that game, and I see in that, oh, well, BirdyBirds with the notes, man. I love this. I love this. He's going back and thinking about like what he did well in the match, what he didn't do well, what tendencies he picked on things like that. I love seeing things like that from players.
So
like,
there's actually this is actually what I did to get good at Street Fighter, believe it or not.
No, I believe it.
So what I did was I kept an Excel spreadsheet, and every round, what happens is in Street Fighter, you have two rounds. It's essentially 2 out of 3, right? You have to win 2 rounds, and then you win the game. And then you go into try to win 2 games out of 3 games, right? Now, so what you're doing is you need to go into each round with a new game plan, try to play it out, figure out 3 things at the minimum you did wrong, write them down, and think how you're going to fix them, implement that game plan into the next one, and think of another thing you're going to implement as well on top.
One thing that I saw is Infinity wouldn't win, I guess, even though the match was so vastly different, how I think it worked out was Infinity would win it's at center, right? And he'd get stage control, and he'd get BirdyBirds into like a knockdown scenario and force him towards the corner. And whenever he was in the corner, Infinity would use options like the Nair as well as the down smash to go and get some really good confirms and consistently pester BirdyBirds until like the stock was gone. Like we saw right there, in the corner, nowhere to run, gets eaten by that F smash. So for BirdyBirds, that's why you saw him go, I think, for like a really decisive cape whenever he had Infinity in the corner, because he wants to keep him there. He doesn't want to give up stage control because Infinity was able to do so much with it the last time that they played.
So now there's the backdoor situation, and no, jumping back onto here. So what we're seeing is like they're constantly using cape, trying to find the call-outs, right? They're guessing if they're going to shield or if they're going to jump or they're going to do some sort of an action. So pretty much what they're playing is a spacing game and hard calls. It's essentially guessing what they're going to do. Good tech on the side, however, getting caught though and getting finished off here.
And
So
BirdyBirds, he thought that he had a moment to breathe because of where Infinity was standing,
Right.
but because of the proximity of center towards the ledge, Infinity was able to pop that dimensional cape and punish BirdyBirds for the option that he chose when it came to coming back onto the stage.
wow, now you saw the roll. He guessed that BirdyBirds wanted to tech roll out, and Infinity was rolling there. So the strings of up airs and the platforms are all coming together in a nice culmination that allows for these strings of hits to build percentage pretty quickly and easily. Now, once you have the percentage, it's simply down throw into a tech chase read into down smash that could finish stocks at these percentages.
I think the Nair is going to be a really good option here, but Infinity able to stay in shield just long enough, and he's able to get out the shuttle loop as well. Shield comes out before the down smash connects. Sour spot on the shuttle loop. Infinity with a lot of pressure, able to connect with the Nair and take the stock from BirdyBirds, who's down to just one.
Infinity abusing the invulnerability, and now he's trying to. So now what we're going to be seeing is BirdyBirds trying to make some sort of a series of guesses, or he needs to get one particular one. Infinity, he tech rolled in twice. He tech rolled in place once, he tech rolled in the second time. I think Infinity expected him to tech in place the second time, as it was the previous game. Down tilt's going to box him out here, and this is one of the problems that you're going to see Meta Knight struggling with, is we're getting up there vertically. It's so difficult sometimes whenever you kind of crouch cancel and flatline out that you sometimes won't even find a chance to really recover at all. So good stuff to BirdyBirds. Excellent job with the notes. Constantly trying to improve. But Infinity, already at the top, who has been there since Brawl, and it's continuing to show why you can't sleep on him.
Oh, man.